Before we get started, though, before we
Yes.
do the introductions, I thought that we would have a little fun. I just want you to know that something that I'm really sick and tired of on the TikTok
Okay.
is that I'm sick of the ASMR videos. So it started out really cute, and then they would show me like the bottles, and I like the bottles breaking.
Mm-hmm.
People
Those are
will
nice.
Push them down the
But
stairs.
do you see
and
the
bottles
Asian?
go.
Have you watched the Asian girl who eats stuff?
No.
Pappy would jizz so hard for that bitch.
You know that I'm leaving this in. We have a friend that he specifically dates Asian girls.
Human trafficking, allegedly.
Not
Not
that
really.
We can prove it. Allegedly.
It's just how it seems. It's perception.
So
But the good kind of human trafficking, I guess, if there is a good kind.
they did. So now it moved on to like the soap videos where like people are cutting soap. Have you seen those?
No?
Oh my god, my feed is like halfway filled up with just ASMR videos of people cutting soap, and I don't understand how I got on that page. But it's really soothing, and because
It is.
I make the mistake if I watch it longer than 5 seconds, so then people think I'm going like I'm really enjoying
That
it.
you're autistic.
Yes, still am. So they just keep showing up in my feed, and I'm sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, is there videos that on your TikTok that you're sick of?
I don't usually watch the TikTok unless you send them to me.
Well, you know that they're probably going to ban it again.
I know, so I was just trying not to get invested.
They're trying to ban it now for what, like 4 years? But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, who cares? So many people do that as like joy. And then some people I heard were saying that it should be banned just so that they stop scrolling on it all the time. And I want to be like, no.
But you know what's a trap? Facebook.
Facebook is a trap. You can't.
Especially for like middle-aged old people like us.
Yeah. Because that's where people get all their news and stuff. And then you get like the crazy people that get like brainwashed.
Like Mrs. Flood died.
Aw.
I really thought she was already dead. I'm not going to lie. But she was the nicest librarian ever.
She was the nicest librarian. And I remember when I was a kid, I was shocked to find out that she also worked at the pizza place.
Which one?
She worked at Pizza King for a while.
Did she really? Well, you know, they don't
They don't pay people very
teachers
well. They're not very nice to teachers, and I
No.
think that that's also something that needs to change. That and the healthcare system. I'm with my boy Luigi.
Well, the education system's going to change. We don't need that shit anymore.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the public education system because that's a smart idea. We just
Merry
wanna,
Christmas.
we want to dumb down America, is what it sounds like. Because that's always been a great idea. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of these books. You know.
We don't need to read.
Stupid people. I don't read by choice, but I like the fact that I can if I want.
Back in my day, I knew how to write in cursive.
Yeah, back in my... I still know how to write in cursive.
I do too. It's just bad.
Whenever I write, I'll start out as like, what is it? They call it manuscript or whatever, and then it turns into cursive halfway.
Yeah.
Like when I write my name, I do the regular S, and then I start to do the T, but then I'm like, I don't want to pick up my pen, so then I just finish it in
That's
cursive.
the lazy millennial in you.
I know. I showed Dylan this new little funny anime thing on TikTok called Class of '09, and he felt very personally attacked because it was attacking our generation, because we are, in fact, Class of '09.
It was very nostalgic.
It was, because they're talking about how cool Avril Lavigne is and stuff, and I'm like, that was us as kids.
But honestly, she is cool, or her stunt double's cool, whoever it is.
Whoever it is. But anyways, welcome to the Humble Narcissist Podcast. I almost
You don't
forgot our
even know
name.
what we were.
We are the Humble Narcissist Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Steven.
I'm Dylan.
And this week we're going to do another short one like we did for Thanksgiving because it is Christmas. I think I got that from SpongeBob. I think SpongeBob's the one who always says Christmas.
That sounded like the pedophile from Family Guy.
Well, you know, whatever. But I have to...
Hey, whatever gets you off, buddy.
Not that, first of all.
Allegedly.
I hate you. So I still have to watch my SpongeBob Christmas special because I watch it every year. It's the very first one. Corey hates it, so I'll probably be watching that solo. Have you started watching all your little Hallmark movies and stuff like that?
No, the only Christmas one I watched so far was that Lindsay Lohan one.
Okay, so
It was cute.
I watched that too, and I liked it. I'm here for the Lindsay Lohan resurgence.
Me too.
Like, if she becomes the new Christmas queen, I'm okay with it because I missed her little fire crotch.
Right.
Do you remember when everybody called her fire crotch?
Yeah, she hated it.
Oh, she hated it so bad. But like,
I mean, I don't blame her. It is mean.
it is mean, and the news would always just like people would just call her a fire crotch, and it's the kind
You
of
gotta
stuck.
take back your identity, girl.
Well, let me tell you, because of the fact that I'm also a ginger, for a while, because of it, people started calling me fire crotch.
Seriously?
Yeah, in school. So that was a lot of fun for me.
How come you got bullied so much and I never did?
I don't know, Dylan. Maybe it was because you had your clique with the band. And like people,
Not really.
Like I don't know. Like you, as you know, I'd like walk home and people would yell faggot at me and stuff like that. And
Not me.
I know.
If anything, I just got called a fat ass.
Yeah, you were straight passing back in the day. You were just obese.
Just obese. I was only suffering from one affliction.
I had both. But I don't know. Well, I mean, I've always had this super gay voice, so
Yeah, I mean,
it would be
that.
hard to figure out.
But
unless
honestly,
you're
I
my
had
dad.
a really gay voice too.
Yeah, Dylan's not feeling well, but I still made him record today. You can tell in his voice because it sounds a little more manly when he's sick.
I'm butch.
You're butch when you're sick.
Yes. I'm going through a phase.
So when are you doing your family's Christmas?
Christmas Day. So I'm going to do Christmas Eve with you guys.
As always.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a lip sync?
No.
My family want to do a lip sync showdown type thing where the kids and adults do lip syncs because they saw it on TikTok, even though
It's going to be a
RuPaul's
war
been doing
between
it
you
for
and
years.
Connor and your titties.
You know what? Connor's got me beat with his big O titties. That's for sure. I wish he should have just sent me the video of them smacking him in his face because that made me
you know
brought
what
so
it
much
made
joy.
me think of? Have you seen it was that musical show on the CW with Rachel whatever. She was she's like guest judged on Drag Race, Rachel Bloom.
Oh yeah, my crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yes, there is like a music video she did in one of the episodes about big boobs. That's what it reminds me of. You should look it up after.
You know, I've thought about watching that show because of the fact that the more stuff that I've seen her in, the more I like. But
I like her. I think she's funny.
so yeah, they want to do a lip sync SmackDown, even though like they're like, oh, it was a TikTok idea, but it's like RuPaul's been doing it now for like 20 years. So.
Are your nieces and nephews going to do some Von Trapp shit?
Oh, I wish. My original one that I was gonna
Only if
do.
they dress up like they're running from Nazis.
It was recently like a big year for The Sound of Music, like an anniversary.
Right? And like one of the brothers and sisters were fucking.
No, they weren't they?
They were. Not like in real life fucking. Like the actors were fucking, I should say.
Oh, okay. I thought that you were saying that the characters were.
No, I don't think the characters were fucking. They were too busy trying to survive.
Oh. Well, anyway, my original song that I was going to do for the lip sync was Peach PRC, which is God is a Freak.
Just do Peaches.
Oh my God. The Fuck the Pain Away song.
Yes.
I still know that whole song, so I totally could.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed it to now I'm doing Villain by Bella Porch or something. I don't know, but it was a catchy song. So I was like, I'll learn this for the lip sync. So I've been listening to it at least like 5 times a day to learn the words. Because if there's one thing my friend Mirage taught me, I need to know my words.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to...
Or at least know Cher's words.
Yeah. I know every Cher song, but I'll tell you what.
Because you're a good faggot.
If I lose to my family members on Christmas Day, I'm
You're
going to
gonna
call...
rage.
I will rage.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
throw
call
a
shenanigans.
BF.
Yeah, it's gonna be like White Chicks, a real BF, and I will start breaking stuff because it's not my house. I don't care. I deserve to win because I know that they're not gonna put much effort into it. I plan on wearing a wig. I thought about buying the double-sided tape to tape it down to my
Jesus
head.
Christ.
Not like makeup and stuff, but I want to try to win this stuff.
You make Anthony be your backup dancer.
Oh yeah, that'll go over great. Why don't you be my backup dancer?
No, thank you. Let him because he feels like he was left out.
You know who you could lip sync for Christmas?
Who?
Mama Cass.
I'm good.
Just stand up there in a moo-moo.
In a park and bark? No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
You could totally do a park and bark.
I don't want to lip sync.
If we were on Drag Race, which we never will because we don't have that kind of talent, I want you to know that if you beat me in a lip sync, I would murder you.
Oh, I know this.
Even if it was a park and bark and you beat me, I would murder
Do
you.
you think I haven't been your friend this long not to realize?
How competitive I am?
Yes.
when it ends and he's
Hence,
like,
I talk about a video game that I buy that you haven't even got. And I tell you how fun it is, and then you go and you beat it before I even beat it.
what game was that?
That Uding Chronicles.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had a lot more free time than you. But yeah, I did do that. But to be fair, I tell you about fun games and you go get them too.
Or when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out and you saw that I got it first.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't tell you, so you unfriended me on PlayStation.
Yeah, we're still not friends on PlayStation.
Nope.
We need to fix that.
I refuse to add you back.
I don't know your email that it's under. Because every time I go into that app, I'm like, I should re-add him. And I'm like, what email is he using? And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't want to ask.
I mean, I am friends with your husband, so it's not like you can look at your husband's
I don't
friend
get on
list.
his PlayStation. That's why we have separate PS5s.
Honestly, I don't even know what email I use.
That's cool. Just give me your screen name and I'll find you.
I think it's 60 Clowers or something like that.
But yeah, I'm a very competitive person. I've decided, even back in the day when Project Runway was on, when Heidi Klum would do the Auf Wiedersehen and give you the kiss, I would have kicked her in the stomach and left.
Well, yeah. Kick her in the teeth.
Ooh, that's even better. I do not like to lose at all.
Nope. I don't either. I remember kicking a soccer ball into a girl's face.
I do
She
too.
wore glasses.
Merry Christmas. I remember one time we were playing Super Smash Brothers, and I kept beating Dylan. And
I
mind
finally
you,
snapped.
he snapped. I would just like, for the record, say that I'm pretty confident that Dylan's probably the only person I could take in a fight. But I remember it because I beat him, and I was playing the Pokemon trainer, and I turned to him and just smiled, and something in him snapped, and he pushed me on the ground before I could do anything and started kicking me. And I'm sitting there laughing, and I'll remember it because your brother came running out of their room, and he's like, Dylan, what are you doing? And like threw Dylan off of me, and I was still laughing.
That's our friendship.
I love Super Smash Brothers because back in the day, you and I would just team up on everybody.
Right.
Now we try to be fair and attack each other.
Honestly, I don't even give a shit about winning anymore. I just give a shit about trying to be a nuisance.
I know you instilled that into me, and now when
I made Anthony mad because I killed him all 5 times just by him coming up to me sucking at him with Kirby
and jumping off.
Yes, and his dumb ass can't save himself.
I know. That's why usually whenever you pick Kirby, I'd pick someone that can hit you from a distance. It's like I started doing that, and I started to play Bowser, and I started to get okay with him, and Dipshit just kept coming at me. So it was like, F this, because I had one more life than he did. So I did the Bowser grab and jumped off the edge with him. And that moron just kept coming at me, and he just kept trying to jump to avoid it.
Yeah.
Bowser can grab you in the air.
Exactly.
So I would grab him and go off the edge. Good times. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Why do you keep saying Merry Christmas?
Because it's the Christmas episode, and we're not really talking about Christmas. So
I mean, we can talk about Christmas.
So what is something that you like tradition-wise, other than your baking cookies, that you like to do for Christmas?
Christmas Day every year, I guess whenever we celebrate Christmas, whenever I went to my mom's house, she'd always make homemade cinnamon rolls. And they're so good.
Are you going to bring me one?
I don't know. Maybe. If she makes them this year.
She better.
We brought you some last year.
You did, and they were delicious. So I would like that again.
But that's like my favorite part about Christmas Day.
My family's tradition is about the same as Thanksgiving. We have the same type of dinner. We pass out all the gifts, same old stuff. I'm at that age where like the Christmas magic is gone.
Yeah,
it's
is
really
because
just
we're
about
adults.
being around family. So
Yeah.
like all the gifts don't really get me excited because, not to sound bougie, but I'm like at that age where like I have everything I really need.
Exactly. Or if you don't have it, you'll get it.
Right. All I have to do is be like,
Curry.
yeah, honey, I want this, and I get it.
Yes.
But at the same time, like I just like seeing my family, even though our biggest tradition is that someone usually cries and leaves because there's a fight.
Because you start it or instigate it or egg it on.
I do no such thing, Dylan. You are a liar.
Okay. Sure.
I've never started a fight in my family ever.
I love going to your family stuff because it's so fun.
Because someone always fights?
No, not. It's just, I like the whole big family thing, and I don't come from that. So it's fun.
Well, it is pretty fun. I remember the first time, like, after Dad died, it was pretty sad, but we got through it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a little sad.
But Mom's always sitting there saying, I just want to have a good Christmas. She's been saying that for years and years. Yeah, someone's going to fight, so she just needs to get over it.
And when you say someone, we know who that someone is.
Well, of course. This year, I think that we're going to have chicken instead of turkey, but we're still going to have the noodles, which is fine.
I love the noodles.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Usually when I tell people that my family makes noodles for Thanksgiving and Christmas, their first reaction is,
why?
What?
Yeah.
And it's like, you haven't had them. They're delicious.
They are so good. And I know you don't like your stuff touching, but it's really good with mashed potatoes and corn.
You know what I like to mix them in with?
What?
I like to dip my turkey and chicken in it.
I could see
juice.
it.
That's
Yeah.
really good. So growing up, this is the story of the noodles, just so everybody knows. We grew up kind of poor, obviously. Had no heat or anything for a few winters. But then, other than like kerosene heaters, my mom always wants me to throw in that caveat.
Did you have to go scavenge out in the field for grain?
Yes, we did, Dylan. Anyway, my mom had a big family, 5 kids. So she remembered her grandma's recipe. I believe it was her grandma's recipe for homemade noodles, because all you need is flour, eggs, and pepper. And so she started making the noodles to feed us when we were broke. So now it's a Thanksgiving and Christmas tradition. But let me tell you, those are the best things that my family makes are the noodles.
So good.
Like,
I didn't even know that story.
Yep. So that's why she did it, was because they went through a rough patch where they couldn't really afford too much food. Mm-hmm. So
that makes sense.
Bob and Trixie were talking about how, have you listened to the new Bald and the Beautiful?
Not yet.
They're talking about how Bob says that if you had cable, you weren't really poor. And it's like, we had cable, but then Trixie was like, well, I mean, some families would pay for cable and just like
forego the heat and electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We had to have cable. I needed it. How else would I have seen other girls like myself, like Miley Cyrus,
right,
being like a big star and having
I didn't grow up with cable. That's why I hung out at your house.
I know. You hung out at my house all the time.
I did.
Which is fine, because that's probably why we're so close.
Right.
And then I will always remember when Amanda used to say that you were nice, and Mom was like, you can't hear what they're saying over there.
I know, that's what cracks me up. But you know what? She still likes me. So that's all that matters.
And we made sure to like remind her that this year for Christmas, you gave a lot of cookies to Mom because hers are included. Mm-hmm. Favorite Christmas movie?
The one I always end up going back to is The Family Stone. I don't know why. It's a nice one.
Mine is The Santa Claus 2. That's my favorite.
I didn't like the Santa Claus 2. I thought it was so stupid.
I loved it.
Did you watch the TV series?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
Of course you did.
I loved it.
I liked the first Santa Claus.
I liked 1 and 2, and then I liked the series. I don't think they didn't do a new series this year, did they?
I don't think so. I thought it got canceled.
Well, that's sad.
It's Tim Allen. He's a Republican.
I know, and now he's in that new series with Kat Dennings.
I know.
And I want to watch it for her, but like I don't want to watch it because he's
just
there.
like, oh, girl.
Yeah.
I know.
I like it's a struggle for me, but
I kind of wish she should back up on Agatha.
Oh, she should have. So yeah, I still have to listen to my Purple Hippopotamus song. That
I heard that the other day.
That's my favorite.
You haven't heard it yet this year?
No, but I can play it on my phone whenever I want. But like I always have to play it on Christmas because it's my favorite. Because I just love the nasally. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Because that's your voice.
Fuck off, Dylan.
Am I wrong though?
No, but I can do a lot of silly voices.
You can. Have you looked into voice acting?
Not really, but I need to.
You should.
I need to look up like how to do like the little video and stuff.
Oh my god, you could be friends with Natsu.
I'll pass. I would want to be more friends with the people that do voices for like Adventure Time and shows like that.
Yeah.
Because that's more my
Gumball?
brand. Yeah, that's more my brand, Dylan.
I know.
I'm not a serious person. But... Ooh, have you watched Housewives?
No, not yet. You can talk about it. I don't care.
Jennifer Tilly has a house that she doesn't go to because it's haunted.
That's awesome. Jennifer Tilly is rich.
I love Jennifer Tilly. I think she's the best addition. And for the first time in my life, we'll do this and then we'll do like a quick little Christmas thing and call it because it's a quick episode, viewers. So please like, follow, subscribe. I need followers. I'm going back to work because I don't have followers. Anyway, for the first time in my life on Real Housewives, I was on Dorit's side.
Really?
they're all coming at her, and then like Sutton tells her it's like not her fault that her life is shit and all this stuff, and like is just going at it with Dorit, and Dorit was just kind of sitting there before. And it's like, what is your problem? So then Bose, and I agree with her, she goes, whoa, we're not going to weaponize what people tell us about what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
And Sutton's like, I didn't do that. And it's like, you did. You just threw in her face that she's getting a split from her husband. Mm-hmm. And then Camille decides to speak up, and she's like, well, you weren't very nice to me when my house burnt down and my assistant died. And Camille is going on and on about how mean Dorit is, and this is what
that what Dorit called her a cunt?
Yes. Instantly called her a cunt. And she goes, well, you're kind of a cunt. Mm-hmm. And everybody, like, all the women are like, oh my God, except Erica's like sitting there smiling, and I'm like, Erica's probably thinking, this is why we're friends. And Camille is like, wow. And then they talk about the history of her at that dinner where she called her a stupid cunt, like jokingly.
Yeah.
And this is the moment I almost became a Dorit stan. It goes to her thoughts, and she goes, when I called her a stupid cunt, I thought, haha, silly, fun. Now that I know her more, I think she's a stupid cunt. And I'm like, this is my favorite Dorit moment ever. But like, they just keep coming at her, and it's getting old. Because like, even when she's just trying to exist, they're coming at her, and it's like, leave the woman alone for a second.
It's because Kyle is turning them all against her.
Yeah, Kyle's turning them against her. Kyle had her moment where like she was getting a divorce, and people were nice about it. I felt that season. Mm-hmm. So why are we attacking this girl?
I did hear that Erica was like in therapy, and she was upset that she didn't get a pizza party for her divorce.
Yeah, she was.
That would be you. You know that, right?
That would be me. That was a moment I was like, I get you, girl. I would also feel excluded. But her therapist like was cut and dry with her. She was like, well, I mean, your split wasn't really
right.
And she was like, and you were fueling the fire. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I know. And she's like,
yeah, with those earrings she stole from widows and orphans.
Allegedly. No proof. Don't sue us. I don't have that kind of money.
Allegedly.
So, favorite Christmas memory, and we'll call it a day. You go with yours first, because I don't know. Mine is still the year I found out that Santa wasn't real, which I think I was 10. And I think I told this story before on the pod.
You probably said it last year, because I think we talked about our favorite Christmas stories. I would think I struggled last year, too.
Oh, well, mine was still when I found out Christmas wasn't real, and I learned that Santa was my mom, and she got me a PS2 and everything. And went out and made sure that I had Final Fantasy X.
No, it was nice.
She sent Jenny's boyfriend at the time to go get it. Mm-hmm. And that was my favorite Christmas memory. Still is to this day. Other than that, I don't really have a lot of...
I like the feeling of spending time with family. Because, I mean, I don't have a big family, so it's nice when we're all together.
It's nice.
Especially when they're all older now.
Even though they all hate you. So it's good that you want to be around them.
Not all of them hate me. My grandmother likes me.
You still suck dick good. I've been telling everybody that joke.
Oh my God.
I just want you to know that. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and we're going to take next week off for Christmas so that we can enjoy it, and then we'll get back to the usual.
Will we be back before the new year or after the new year?
I'd like to do one before the new year so that we can do a quick little episode.
Do it on my birthday.
Is your birthday Wednesday?
Probably. I think my birthday's on a Monday, because...
The 30th, yeah. It's on a Monday, so it'll... Oh, well then no, we'll see you after the New Year, so I hope everybody has a wonderful time.
Yeah, New Year's is January 1st.
We'll talk about
we'll probably do the second.
New Year's.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good time, have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. What is it that the commercial was? Happy...
Just eat your turducken.
Yeah, have a good holiday. And I hope to see everybody in the new year. And like, follow, subscribe. We are on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Patreon.
Anywhere you can get podcasts,
please,
you can find us.
Please follow us so that I can quit my job. I am desperate. Like, I wasn't even this desperate when I was trying to find a man.
Yeah.
So
you thirsty bitch.
I am thirsty, but not for Luigi. I just want to be on his side because that's the cool bandwagon.
You thirsty for Luigi.
No, I'm not. You're the single one.
I know.
You should go hang out at his jail cell. Or the jail and be like, hey, girl.
I agree with your insurance ideas.
Have a good holiday.
You too. What? Like, Jesus.